What is up, future millionaires? Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Ellie, aka Ellie Talks Money. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the best banks for you to build relationships with in order to maximize the amount of funding that you get. All right. I want you guys to realize that in business and when it comes to business funding, relationships really can go very far. And that's what I want to give y'all some game on. So grab your notebook, grab a pen, and let's get into these gems. Ow.
Ellie talks money to create the better days. Business, money, life, the Ellie way.
All right, y'all, welcome back into the video. So in today's episode, we will be talking about the best banks for you to not just build a relationship with, and what I mean by that is open up an account with, okay? Get to know, be involved with, meet with your banker. That's what we mean by relationship building. And the reason this will go so far for you and the reason this will be so beneficial for you is that a lot of the time when we want to get funding, we think that it's just a matter of applying online and seeing what happens. But I want you to know that when you have a relationship with the business banker there, when you've been into the branch, when you're working with a dedicated account manager, which many of you have the access to get, you just don't know how to do it. So we're going to talk about that. That person can often put in your application directly with underwriting, where if you have bad personal credit, like I did when I first started my business and applied for my first business credit card with Chase, I had about a 605 personal credit score, and that was not enough to get a business credit card for sure. And I was actually denied by the internal system at first, but because I reached out to my relationship banker, my business banker, she sent an email directly over to underwriting, and I was able to speak with someone over the phone to basically plead my case, let them know that I had bad credit due to some life circumstances like divorce, but if they just gave me a chance, I know I was gonna do the right thing. And they did. They gave me a $5,000 card, not a ton, but a great start. And since then, I've been able to get over $200,000 in lending from Chase just off that first relationship. Okay, so let's dive into some of the best banks you should do this with, and then how to really get that relationship going and have your essential personal business banker. So number one, I definitely want you all to look for your local credit unions and local banks, okay? Having relationships and having accounts with Chase, Bank of America, larger national credit unions and banks is a great thing. Don't get me wrong, but don't leave money on the table in your city, okay? Somebody comment below, get all the bags, all right? Get all the bags. Don't leave money on the table in your city. A lot of your local credit unions and local banks are actually primed and positioned to provide funding directly to businesses in your city, in your state, in that zip code. And because they're smaller, more local banks, they typically have less, I would say, strenuous processes to getting funding and getting approved because they make their own in-house decisions. You know that larger banks are typically going to go by national guidelines, but smaller city-wide banks and credit unions are typically able to make that decision right in the branch, right? So if you know the manager of the branch or you're working with the banker, that is going to really increase your chances of being able to make that happen, all right? So one of the things you can do is in my lenders list that I give to my students, which I'll link down below, you're gonna get a list of the top banks and credit unions in every state. So if you're watching this from Wyoming, your state is on the list. If you're watching this from Kentucky, your state is on the list. So you can text lenders to 310-564-0065 and I'll text you back the link automatically. So that's one great place to start. Now, second thing I would recommend is to have a relationship with Chase Bank, okay? I am not a Chase partner. I'm not paid by them, but I truly just love Chase. I myself have been banking with Chase personally for a long time and with my business since it started 2 years ago, and it's really been a great place for me. So you want to have a relationship with a big bank like that as well, because of course big banks can also provide big bucks. Another great thing about being with a large national institution is that Chase, for example, has a lot of initiatives that are focused on putting money towards minority-owned businesses, putting money towards women-owned businesses. And when I say putting money towards, I mean to the tune of $30 billion. That's a recent pledge that Chase made back in 2019, and that's a big deal, you know? It's incredible. So we really want to make sure that you have, even if it's just one business checking account there, and you are constantly depositing money, or every so often, every month, twice a month, just having activity there, that is going to help show Chase that you're using your account, that you are a valued member there. And here's what I want to make sure you do. So this is the process for finding a banker that you can work with. Everyone is assigned, when you open an account, especially a business account at a bank, an account manager, okay? You all have access to that. So you want to call and ask for an account manager or a business banker that you can speak directly to, okay? You want to get their name, their phone number, and their office hours. That's going to be your point of contact. You want to make sure that that is the person you call when you have questions. You also want to make sure that that is the person that you share your business goals with, okay? So one of the great ways it's helpful to have this conversation is to reach out initially and ask for a good time to meet. You would like to be able to share your business goals so you can understand how Chase can help you reach those. Now, one of the things you have to understand is that these business bankers work on commission. So if you're sharing with them that you want to know how Chase can help you, they're looking at that as, oh great, this is an opportunity for me to recommend some products. So you want to make sure that you show them you're on the same page with them, and that is a way to open the door. Now they're invested to also help you get approved for these products and services, which is why having the relationship matters. The third bank I would definitely say for you to build a great relationship with is Navy Federal Credit Union, which is a much larger national credit union, but an amazing, amazing, amazing option that you have to lock in with, okay? So in another video, if you guys want a part 2, I'll share with you guys how to get a Navy Federal account, even if you don't have a veteran, you know, in your family, because there definitely are some ways that you can do it so that everyone can get, you know, a piece, right? And the fourth that I would recommend is Key Bank. Now, Key Bank is not in every city and state, but Key Bank is very business friendly. Typically, you are able to open an account with Key Bank and get $50,000, up to $50,000 in business credit approved within your first 30 days. So they are really great options for startup businesses that need some new capital. And that same process I shared with you definitely applies, all right? So I want you guys to comment below, what questions do you have on this process? How can I dive into this a little bit more? And then as well, if you need a part 2, if we should dive into a few more banks that are going to be beneficial, a few more banks that would be helpful, and any other process to help you get approved, y'all know I got you. Just it's nothing but a word, all right? And as well, you guys, we are on a goal to get to 100K in the next 100 days. I believe as of today, we're somewhere around 53,000. So we've got a little over 100 days left until the end of the year. So please share my channel, save this video, do all the things to boost it in the algorithm. I would love to reach this goal with you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.